go live.
And we'll be live in just a moment. I have found that we're normally live and I can't tell, so
yeah, I'm looking. Okay.
It's almost there.
Share. All right. Good. Excellent.
Okay. Are you seeing it?
Yep.
Got it?
Welcome to Can We Chat Here? My name is Sheila Abram, and I am coming to you all the way from the Pacific West Coast in California, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host,
Maxine Jones, all the way from the East Coast in New York. And welcome to Can We Chat Here? Guys, Can We Chat Here is about our dreams, our goals, our stories, and our journeys. And our goal is to inspire and educate others to make the necessary changes in their lives to be successful. So this week, our topic is understanding the tremendous tax advantages of having a home-based business. And we are pleased to welcome Mr. Mark Pires this evening. Yay. Mr. Pires has been a licensed tax preparer for 26 years, and he has helped numerous taxpayers win IRS audits. That's impressive. And he's going to show us some of the tremendous tax advantages of owning a home-based business. And we are going to be taking notes. I hope you will be also. So please welcome Mr. Mark Pires.
Wow, guys,
I have
welcome.
one question for you, Mark. Before you begin, I want you to do this for me. You explained to Sheila and myself why it was important to have you on this month versus January, because initially we were asking you to come on in January and just kick off the year. And you said, no. So can you tell our Facebook audience the reason why?
Yeah, I can answer that multiple ways, but I'm going to try to answer that a way that I learned from a gentleman, Mr. Ron Mueller, about 15 plus years ago, when he was educating someone about a home-based business. And the person said, well, I'll get started next year. And he said, well, that's fine, as long as you're comfortable with overpaying your taxes for the rest of the year. And so it's so vital for not only new people to understand that they do have an opportunity right now to correct what they did not know they were doing wrong before January 1st gets here. But more importantly, or just as importantly, I should say, for all of those entrepreneurs that are out there right now that didn't realize that we are in a special category of business owners, unlike Fortune 500 companies, unlike any other brick and mortar business, we are in a category of our own. And I know from experience over 26 years that unfortunately entrepreneurs that are in a home-based business leave thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of dollars for some on the table in tax savings, which I call their rewards for being a home-based business owner. And so I wanted to make sure that those folks didn't miss out on all of the money that they actually really truly earned, but didn't realize they earned it come January the 1st, because you can't go back and fix it. It's really difficult to do that, right? So I wanted to kind of get their thoughts to thinking, man, you know what? I didn't write down, or I didn't document when I went to that seminar, or I went to that presentation, or I drove over to Aunt Susie's house who told me no, but I still made money even though she told me no. So that's the reason why.
Thank you so much for answering that.
So we're going to turn this over to you, Mr. Mark Pires. I'm turning off my camera so I can take notes so people can focus on what you're about to do. And we're going to come back in a little bit later. So you can go ahead and start your screen share.
All right, awesome. So let me do this first. Okay, awesome. So guys, what I want to do first is I want to first of all thank each and every one of you that are here tonight. You are in a very special place tonight, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking. Look, because I can talk taxes all night long. I mean, I live and breathe this thing, and it didn't come from a standpoint of me going to school to learn or wanting to be a tax preparer or a CPA, although I did attend about 6 months of schooling to be a CPA, and I realized that I knew more than a professor. And I wasn't trying to learn all of the ins and outs about the tax code. I was intrigued to find out that there was a way off of what I call the plantation of taxation, and that is those individuals that are being penalized through the system because of what the Bible says, that my people perish from the lack of knowledge. So I'm not going to get on my soapbox. What I'm going to do is I want to share with you a video that I think will really set the stage and start to trigger some thoughts in your mind for those of you that are currently a home-based business owner, and those of you that might be sitting on the fence wondering, is it really worth all this hype about, the tax savings? Is it really that significant for me to even waste my time? Watch this video. We'll come back after this video, and then we'll get your questions answered. But I truly believe that you're going to not only be intrigued, I truly believe you're going to be financially transformed from where you are today. So let me find this video really quick. I want to make sure that I'm on the right screen, and I am. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and move my video out of the way for now. You want to grab a pen and a paper, make sure you guys write down your questions, because you will have some questions. And for those of you that are in Pires International, this is kind of a special treat for you as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome to the Informed Side. I want to first of all congratulate you if you made it to this private video. If you made it here, it's because someone has decided that you're serious about changing your life financially. You've made a financial decision to plug into this information to make a difference for you and your family for generations to come. And again, I want to congratulate you. My name is Mark Pires, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder of the Academy of Financial Education. And as always, on behalf of myself and my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Levita Pires, we wish each and every one of you prosperity, financial freedom from the system of debt, financial freedom from the plantation of taxation, and financial freedom from being controlled and dependent on big corporations. And so again, I want to thank you for joining me here in the comfort and the privacy of my home office here in California. And with no further ado, guys, look, you came here to find out how you could put yourself in a position to earn upwards of $1 million a year. Look, I know it sounds too good to be true. I know it sounds like one of those things. I know it sounds like pie in the sky. It's got to be a scam, Mark. Well, my friend, what I want you to do is buckle up your seatbelts, okay? And in the words of Mr. Donald Trump, he says, look, if you're going to be thinking anything, you might as well think big. So I want you to start thinking big, okay? And so we're going to share with you how you can put yourself in a position to earn upwards of $1 million, $500,000, maybe just $10,000 a month, maybe a few extra $100 a month. Whatever your goal is, you can achieve it with this company, but it's going to start out with financial education. See, the Bible says that my people perish by the lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed from the lack of knowledge. And I'm going to share with you guys some knowledge that will free you from being dependent on any job, anybody, or anything. Are you ready? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and move my video out of the way. And we're here on Pires site right now, guys. And you can see all of our beautiful products that this company offers, guys. It's not just the gold cards, but we have cash gold. Guys, we have what we call metal cards that has gold in the middle of these cards. All of these are going to be able to put you in a position to start earning hundreds and then thousands. And guys, I truly believe millions of dollars if you truly plug in. We have our happy birthday cards, our happy anniversary cards, our thank you cards. We also have our private branded cards by all sorts of sport gentlemen and women, I should say. Look, we even have information here, guys, to start educating the children when they're young that gold is money. Wow. Karatbars International, my friend, is not a fly-by-night opportunity. Karatbars International is a wealth building system that was created by a gentleman that had a vision. And so with that being said, you came here to find out, Mark, how can I plug into a 12-week plan, a 12-week strategy, and earn $1 million a year? Well, I tell you what, guys, let me go ahead and sign in. Okay, guys, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and we're going to bring up a 1 gram gold card. Okay, and we're going to look at the price of it today. And today's date, guys, is May the 21st, 2017. You can see right here on the left side of the screen, it is $58.41, or approximately $68.56. Now, I'm going to break this down, guys, in multiple ways. In fact, we're going to come over here to the #1 tax preparing software on the market today, TurboTax, guys, and I'm going to show you what this is going to look like when you get ready to prepare your taxes, okay? And so what I want to do is I want to break down this price, guys. You can see, again, anything that we talk about with Karatbars International as far as dollars are going to be in euros. And so currently right now, here today on May 21st, 2017, we're saying that the 1 gram card is 58.41 euros. And to convert that into US dollars today, let's go ahead and plug it here on xe.com. Okay, 58.41. So $58.41 per gram. We're going to go ahead and round that up to $59 per gram. Now, xe.com will allow you to convert any currency into the currency that you operate in. And in this point, guys, we're going to put in $59 in euros and convert those into US dollars in real time to see what the cost of that 1 gram gold card would be. All right, here you can see it. It is $66 here today on May the 21st, 2016. You say, well, why is that so important? Because the 12-week strategy talks about you saving. Okay, I want you guys to really understand what we do here in Karatbars International. Guys, we don't spend money. We just simply save some of this depreciating dollars into real money gold. You can see that right here, guys. That is 1 gram of gold right there in the middle of that card, okay? So we just simply exchange one form of currency into another. And did you know, because a lot of people ask this question all the time, well, what do I do with the gold? Well, I would suggest that you save it for the future, okay? Because you're going to earn enough money in paper from Karatbars International by sharing this extraordinary opportunity that you won't need to liquidate your gold. But if you ever find yourself in a position to needing to turn this currency back into this depreciating dollar, this is money, okay, that we work for today, there are tens of thousands of locations called We Buy Gold and precious metal dealers that are opening up every morning with the hopes that you would walk in with real money gold to exchange it for declining paper dollars. So you are never without an opportunity to turn your gold back into paper dollars if you so choose to, okay? All right, so guys, let's go over and take a look at TurboTax. I'm going to do a quick illustration for you guys. If you watched the 12-week plan, you understand that we said purchase 1 gram of gold per week. Share that with 2 other people and duplicate that for the next 12 weeks. And you can put yourself in a position to earning upwards of $1 million per year. I want to show you how to do that for virtually free, okay? And so I'm going to go through this really quick, guys. We're going to do a mock tax return so you guys can see what the true outcome of your 12-week strategy will look like when it comes to filing your taxes, but more importantly, the amount of money that you're going to save by doing so. So I call this gentleman John Doe. He's a single individual. We're going to go over here and apply an income that many of you are currently receiving right now. It's called a W-2 income from your job, okay? And for this illustration, guys, because I'm saying this gentleman is single, I'm going to use $75,000 as his yearly income. So we're going to plug that in right here, $75,000 a year. I'm going to say that he paid in 0 federal taxes during the course of the year, so you guys can see what the full tax liability is. I'm going to say that this gentleman lives in California, so again, his state taxes is $75,000 a year income, and we're going to say again that he paid in 0 state income taxes during the course of the year, so you guys can see over here on the left side of the screen what the full tax liability would be on John earning $75,000 a year. Okay, now there you guys can see. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit. There we go. So you guys can see that John earning $75,000 a year, he is going to lose in the form of federal taxes, $12,225. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to write down the $12,225. I'm so excited about what you guys are about to learn right now. I also want you to write down what he's going to lose in state taxes, $3,986. Okay, so we're going to jump over here, guys, to the informed side. This is called the business side, and we're going to give John a home-based business with this incredible opportunity called Pires International. I'm going to show you guys one tax deduction that will allow you to literally get your gold for free for the next 12 weeks. What if you could get your gold each week absolutely free? Well, guys, we're going to talk about what I like to call my AKA mobile ATM machine, my vehicle, okay? Business use of your vehicle. And so we're going to say, yes, John utilizes his vehicle each and every week. I'm going to use my vehicle. It is a Kia K900. It is a beautiful car. And I want to go through this information, guys, really quick through some of the questions here. We're going to say that he actually leased that vehicle because John understands, look, a vehicle is a depreciable item, okay? It depreciates. We're going to say he started his Pires business and started using his vehicle on January 1st, 2016, okay? And right there, we're going to verify that. And again, guys, I'm going to go through the question parts really quick. He's still utilizing that vehicle for business. And some of you may be wondering, well, what constitutes utilizing your vehicle for business? You're going to learn that information. Some of you are going to be able to write off your commuting from your job home. It says, do you keep track of your mileage? Yes. Did you document your business miles? And we're going to say yes. Okay. So for this illustration, I'll say I'll enter the total miles I drove right here. Okay. And so let's go ahead and apply. How is John going to be able to get his goal for free each and every week? So I'm going to jump back on the screen here, guys. Okay. Now remember, the 12-week plan is about saving 1 gram per week and finding 2 other individuals that'll do the same, okay? And the next week, we're going to save another gram of gold. We're going to help those 2 people, find 2 people that said, Mark, I want to put myself in a position to be able to earn upwards of $1 million a year with this opportunity, okay? So I want you to watch this. Let's just say, guys, for the sake, and let me move the video out of the way. I'm going to bring up the calculator. Let's just say for the sake of time that John drove 40 miles per day for an entire week. So 40 times 7 days equals 280 miles per week for business. Let me say that again. Clear the calculator. Let's say that John drove 40 miles per day times 7 days a week, 280 miles per week for business. Let's utilize that right here. So let's say that John drove this week 300 miles, and out of the 300 miles, 280 miles were for business, which means 20 miles were for commuting. Here's how you guys are going to discover how much money John actually saved by driving his vehicle each week. go ahead and write down the $12,225 in federal taxes owed. And let's go ahead and write down the $3,986, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And we're going to watch John get a significant tax savings each week for driving his vehicle. And there you guys can see it. Okay, John saved in federal taxes. Let's go ahead and do the math again. He originally owed $12,225. We're going to minus what he currently owes right now, which is $12,174, equals John saved $51. I'm sorry, $51 in federal taxes. That's money in his pocket for driving his vehicle for the purpose of his Care Bars business each week. Plus, John owed in state $3,986 minus what he currently owes right now of $3,967, means he saved an additional $19 plus the $51, gives us a grand total of $70 saved per week. Now, how much did we pay for 1 gram of gold from Care Bars International? Remember, guys, it was $66 saved. So out of the $70 in cash that John saved each week because of his home-based business with Care Bars International, we're going to minus what he paid for the 1 gram of gold, which is $66. John actually will be profiting, okay, $4 per week. So 4 times 12. He's going to profit $48. Plus, remember, he has 12 grams of gold that he acquired over the 12-week period. So let's just say that that gold is worth $55 right now. If you went to a precious metal dealer, $55 times the 12 grams of gold, he's got $660 in pure gold sitting in his pocket, all of his money back, plus another $48 that he profited. Guys, just in this illustration, John has acquired 12 grams of gold, and he's actually made in money in his pocket, cash in his pocket, $708. Let me ask you a question as I bring this to an end. Here's my question. People lie, but numbers don't. What I just shared with you is one tax deduction that is afforded to home-based business owner. Okay, there's no manipulation there. See, when I get in my vehicle at my job that pays me very well over 6 figures, and I'm talking about net, okay? Some people say, well, Mark, if you making so much money, why do you still have a job? Well, let me think about this for a moment. I work 4 days a week. I don't do a hard labor, and I profit, okay, net over 6 figures a year on my job. And it's not hard labor. Why do I need to quit my job to put myself in a position to earn over $1 million a year? Guys, when you get this, it'll change your life, okay? Many of you don't understand, guys, your job will fund your financial freedom plan, okay? And so there it is, guys, at Care Bars International. You may pay $6, but guess what? The IRS says anytime that your tax situation change, you can go and adjust it by changing this form right here. And we teach this information called the W-4 form, okay? This is when you get to walk into your job and take the money that you're acquiring that 1 gram of gold for each week and put it into your paycheck. Those miles that you're planning on driving. Why? Because you have a plan to create wealth on purpose. I often say, if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. And so, guys, remember, that is one tax deduction, okay? Let's talk about some of the other benefits that you're going to receive on a weekly basis. How about taking someone out to lunch to share this opportunity? 50% tax deduction on the meals, the drinks, and you're going to get 55 cents per mile to the restaurant and back to your location. How about this one? Operating your home-based business from the comfort of your home. My wife and I are able to get a tax deduction on 20% of our rent, our lights, our water, our gas, our internet that I'm recording this video on for you right now. And guys, look, I can go on and on and on about the enormous amount of tax savings from operating a legal, moral, and ethical home-based business with the intent to make a profit. Do you see yourself over the next 12 weeks sharing this information with somebody and somebody saying, look, dude, it just makes sense? You mean I am actually going to be able to legally, ethically, and morally reduce my taxes? Oh, I'm all in. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. And so, guys, I hope that this was explanatory to you. I hope that this was simple, guys. Look, I'm not here to hype it up. I'm not here to show you pie in the sky. As we believe that knowledge is power, but only if you apply it. But you can only apply the knowledge if someone's willing to provide it. And guys, my wife and I, we've been willing to provide this information for families for over the last 23 years for myself and the last 13 years for my wife and I. And guys, we truly believe that if you just get out of your own way and you get that stinking thinking of what you've been taught, that you got to work hard in life instead of learning to how to have money work hard for you, my friend, you can create prosperity. You can create financial freedom. And here's my last question. What if, just what if you failed this plan by 50%? Can you use an additional $500,000? I know that number is way over your head, your belief level. So what if you failed it by 90%? Could you use an additional $10,000 per year tax-free income into your household? And if you can't visualize that, could you use an additional $300 to $500 per week and reduce your taxes legally, ethically, and morally? You pick your number. We're just here to share this great opportunity. And with that being said, guys, hey, my name is Mark Pires, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder of the Academy of Financial Education. And as always, on behalf of myself and my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Levita Pires, the CFO of the Academy of Financial Education. My friend, we won't see you at the top because that's simply not high enough. We will see you on the informed side because that, my friend, is where the wealth information resides. Get back with the person that shared it with you. Let them know that this just makes sense, common sense, financial sense, and now you're ready to make it make dollars, okay? And guys, we want to welcome each and every one of you to continue this journey, to share this invaluable information with others. And we welcome you to our team, to our family, and we look forward to seeing you on the white sands of the beaches. Get back with the person that shared it with you, not now, but right now. Wow. I'm ready to sign up again. I truly am. I'm ready to, I'm just simply ready to sign up again. So I know we're going to get into some questions, but before we get into some questions, as you can tell, I truly love the tax deduction of driving my vehicle. And I want to really elaborate on that. So let me jump back on the screen if I can. Okay, there we go. I got my whiteboard. We're going to see if we can work this thing out, and I'm going to get some questions there. So can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. So
awesome.
Everybody on Facebook, if you have some questions, start typing them in as they come up. We are going to go back through our chat, and we're going to read your questions. So type them in the Facebook live stream. Back to you, Mark.
Absolutely. So so I want to elaborate on the power of having a home-based business. So, what is the difference, Mark? If I didn't have a home-based business from a tax perspective, I don't know if my whiteboard is going to allow me to do this because the lighting in here is terrible. But let me kind of give you an example. We live there's one tax code, but there's two sides. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. Yeah, one for the rich and one for the poor, and that's close. Okay. There's one side to make you rich. This is why Donald Trump has reduced the, and we're not going to get political here, okay? Donald Trump has reduced the corporation tax from 35% down to 21%. That's going to put billions of dollars in the wealthy people's pocket. Okay, unfortunately, I don't have my phone. Okay, but Google, I want you to Google this. How much taxes did Facebook pay in 2012? Because here's what I often hear from folks. Well, Mark, if no one paid taxes, the government wouldn't be able to run the country. Okay, that's a whole different seminar, but I'm gonna try to sum this up for you, because I don't want you to continue to rob yourself thinking that you're doing the right thing. Okay, if the government did not want you to have tax deductions, there would be no such thing as tax deductions. Okay, I wouldn't be able to drive my vehicle. Mm-hmm. Let me give you an example. When I got in my vehicle this afternoon, and I drove 52 miles. Let me write this on the board because this is powerful, okay? I drove 52 miles. Let me see if I can find a marker that's doing right. I drove 52 miles, okay, from my job to my home office. Let me share with you the power of that. There's a lot of employees that work at my job that drove home, and here's what they got. They got zero, zilch, nothing. In fact, they had to pay taxes on the gas that they put in their car to drive home from the plantation of big corporations. That's what I call that, okay? I got 55 cents per mile to come and do this presentation for you guys tonight. So see, it doesn't really matter whether you get it or not. I got paid. And so when I go check into the plantation tomorrow, guess what? A portion of the money that I'm going to work for alongside of some of my colleagues, okay, they're going to lose 35% in income taxes. And I zeroed mine out coming here tonight to share this with you guys. And so if you're operating a home-based business, understand that the difference between someone that doesn't have a home-based business is that they're operating on this side right here. Mm-hmm. They're operating on the wrong side of the tax code. And here's why. And it doesn't make the IRS bad, because I love the IRS. Because 99% of what I'm sharing with you comes directly from the IRS. Mm-hmm. The Bible says my people perish from the lack of knowledge. And so the knowledge is simply not being taught to the masses inside the educational system. That's a whole different webinar. Okay. So this isn't some miracle information. This isn't some magical information. This is in black and white in an elementary language. It's simply not taught to the masses. And so the reason that I was able to drive my vehicle to my home, and you say, Mark, well, you already live there, so what do you mean you got 55 cents per mile? I drove for the purpose of business. See, this presentation tonight is a business tool. It's a business tool for me, and it's a training for you. And so for those of you that got in your vehicle from work today, and you operate a home-based business, and you're sharing your most valuable asset with me tonight, with us tonight, you might have missed out on this tax deduction because you didn't think that you were actually performing a business activity. Now, that's going to hit some of you about 3 o'clock in the morning, but you actually got paid to drive to your house tonight.
Wow.
I'll mute my mic. Mark, you were saying that there are some really important changes next year with the taxes. That's reason why people need to get started now with getting their deductions in order and their deductions together. Can you name just a couple of them?
Oh, Lord. So let me name a big one for you. Sheila Abram had to go down that rabbit hole, didn't she? She had to go down there.
Just a couple.
10 minutes, Mark. Within 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about the main. I'm gonna talk about the main one. Okay. Now let me see if I can do this
big ones.
simplistic way. Okay, and hopefully you guys can see the whiteboard. Okay. We all know the American dream to be go to school, get a good education, get a great job, and then buy that house with the white picket fence. Become a homeowner, right? And so,
Right.
the reality is that and that looks like it's backwards on my screen. Hopefully, it's not on you guys' screen. The reality is this, and you got to get this. Hopefully, you get this, right? Because
Right.
what's happening right now is smoke and mirrors. Okay? The American dream to own your own home versus rent, okay, has always been instilled in us that you want to become a homeowner. And you do want to become a homeowner. You do want to eventually at least own a large portion of your home. You'll never own the home, right? Because you're always going to have property taxes. The government's going to come and tell you your house is worth this, so you need to give us more money. And the price will always go up, up, up. We already know that, right? But that's really the money going down in value, but that's a whole different webinar. In Donald Trump's new tax proposal, he said for a married couple, I'm going to now increase their standard tax deduction from $12,500. I'm only going to do a married couple right now. Okay, I don't even want to talk about the single people because they might hurt themselves tonight. We're going to worry about the married couple. From $12,500 to $24,000. I want to ask the question: how many of you are excited? How many married couples are excited tonight that Donald Trump is going to increase your standard deduction? That means if you file a tax return as a married couple, he's going to increase it from $12,500 to $24,000. How many of you are excited about that? Well, here's the smoke and mirror to this, and here's why: if you don't have a home-based business, you're really not going to get a tax decrease. You're going to get a tax increase, okay?
Really?
Currently, right now, what a couple gets is $12,500 plus $4,050 per person. Okay, so if we go ahead and add that up really quick, that is $9,100 plus the $12,500. Somebody can do the math on that. Here's what is about to happen. Let's assume that you are a homeowner and you pay mortgage interest to the bank. I always say, if you want to follow the money, go to the bank. Okay. Let's say that your mortgage interest that you pay is $22,000 a year. Now that's not, now Sheila, you know, in California, that's the norm. Okay. That is the norm. Do you understand that this $22,000 in interest to the bank no longer will be a tax benefit to you? Why? Because Donald Trump raised your standard deduction to $24,000. And so he gave you this illusional dream that he was giving you a tax deduction, but he put $22,000 that last year was a tax deduction for you. Now it's part of your taxable income. And the only way to undo this disadvantage is to start a home-based business. I'm going to try to say this in a way that everybody will get it. It's something magical about having a home-based business. Typically over here, the only way that you can itemize is if you have a mortgage interest higher than your typical standard deduction. Other than that, you go what people know as short form. Okay. This $22,000 is less than the $24,000. So yes, he raised your standard deduction. He took away your $4,050 for your personal exemption. So he really didn't raise it. He really didn't double the standard deduction. He took away your mortgage interest write-off, which means as a homeowner, you're no different than the neighbor that's paying rent. And the only way to undo this is to start a home-based business. Here's something so magical about simply saying, I'm going to put a plan B in place. And I don't even know if I should do this on social media because Donald Trump might wake up, but I'm going to share it anyway. Okay. Do you know that even though he raised your standard deduction to $24,000, and I'll use my wife and I for example, we still get to take 20%, and it could be more depending on the size of your house and the size of your home office, which means you should have a pretty big home office, or you should spread your product all over your house, because even if you use a portion of your house for inventory or product samples, there's gold all over my house, and I'm not going to tell you my address, okay? I can claim this 20% of that $20,000 on top of the $24,000. I can get the benefit of itemizing at the same time I get the benefit of a standard deduction. Oh, Donald Trump is my man. So if you didn't get that, you guys definitely got to attend one of our tax trainings. But
we do have some questions, Mark.
Let's go with those questions.
The one question is, what about supply? And Maxine, can you read through the chat real quick to see? What about supplies, home business cards, flyers? What about going to Let's Go Weekend? Is that type of things tax deductibles for home-based business?
Okay, hold on
business
1 minute.
Cards, websites.
What I'm going to do is, if I had my phone, I'd do it on my phone, but I'm going to do it on my other computer here.
Because there are a few questions on Facebook as well, Maxine.
I'm going to go to Google. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google and we're going to ask that question.
Okay.
Okay.
What is a business expense?
According to IRS.gov, business expenses are the cost of carrying on a trade or business. These expenses are usually deductible if the business operates to make a profit.
So here's my question. When you purchase those business cards, did you purchase those business cards to advertise your Care Bars business? If so, they are a tax deduction. In fact, let me just sum that question up really quick. Any and everything that you do in your business, any and everything you do, remember me driving from work to come here to do this presentation, any and everything you do associated with your business is a tax deduction. Now, I want to elaborate on the tax deduction part because a lot of people really don't understand what that means. What that means is this. So let's assume that my mileage from my job to here at 55 cents per mile, let's assume that came up to $100. That means that when I go into work tomorrow, the first $100 that I earn on my job is tax-free. That's what a tax deduction means. And so as you accumulate these tax deductions, and in this case, why I like this so much is it didn't cost me $100 to drive home. Did you get that? It didn't cost me $100 in gas to drive home. Yet the IRS is awarding me as a business owner for my activities, not my results. That's worth repeating. You are rewarded for your activity, not your results. So some people ask, well, what if I don't make any money? And as you guys go with your questions, I'm going to jump over to the IRS website. So go up with the next question.
Okay, you just said one of the questions in reference to are all business miles deductible, even those from home to work and then Care Bars business and back to home. But this is another one here. How would a home-based business affect my Social Security income?
And that's a tough question for me. And so hopefully when I answer this, it won't be taken the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay.
And I get this question all the time. And typically what I'll ask someone is this: if your home-based business can double or triple what you're getting from Social Security, and it all depends on what type of Social Security you're getting as well, because if it's Social Security based on your retirement age, then you can earn an X amount of money without being penalized or losing any portion of Social Security. But if it's a Social Security check that you're getting maybe because of disability or something like that, then of course the money that you're earning outside of that, you have to report it, and it could eliminate that check. But here's the point: the Social Security check that you're getting, if you were able to quadruple, if you were able to double that, would it be okay that you gave the check back? If you were able to earn 3 times that, is it okay that you give the check back? So you have to make a conscious decision. Do I want to accept this check that's going to tell me you got to live in this box? This is where you got to live. You can't make this much money. You can't make any more money. You have to live right here in this box. And that's the problem, is the government control. And there's some people that are on this government system that they don't understand that the government only puts that together for people that are willing to live in the box. I want people to get out of the box. So if it means that you lose the $1,800 check to make $5,000 a month, which one would you pick? That's typically my question. But again, it depends on what type of Social Security you're receiving. There's multiple types of Social Security. So
here's an interesting one. Being a retired individual and over 65, it's not mandatory to file taxes. With a home-based business, would it be beneficial to file? They would take out 7% of the income.
Well, that's the first time I've heard that one.
I know.
That's why I wanted to read that.
They gave retirees any type of special treatment when it comes down to taxes. When you pull money out of your 401k plan, you are taxed on that income. And in fact, you are at the highest tax bracket that you can be in because you've been trained, I did say trained, to get rid of all of your tax write-offs. And so now when you, if you think about it right now, the cost of living for someone that worked over the last 40 years is much higher than it was 40 years ago when they were working. And so it requires more money for them to live today. And guess what? Now we have more health challenges. So you need more money to live today, but the kids are going. Hopefully the house is paid off and you're not still paying the bank. So you got rid of all of those tax write-offs, and now you're 100% dependable on the taxes that the government says, you know what? Hey, we let you put that money in their tax deferred. Now it's time to pay up, right? And at the time in your life when you need the money the most is when they take it from you. So I think that's a misconception that when you retire, you don't pay taxes on your retirement account. That is absolutely not the truth. If you're earning some sort of income where it's non-taxable, that's fine. But I can assure you of this, that again, anything that the government allows you to do, okay, and we're not putting down the government, but you got to understand it. Put money in a 401k. There's a limit to how much money you can put in it, right? It's tax deferred. It's not tax free. It's tax deferred, right? And if you touch that money, you're penalized. There's all of these got yous tied to these systems. So anytime the government allows you to do it, it's not in your benefit. It's not in your benefit at all. It's in the benefit of the system that they want you to rely on. And so as a retiree, you are responsible to pay taxes on the income coming out of your retirement account. And if you're receiving a pension, maybe no, even on your pension, you still got to pay taxes. So
I'm retired. Yes, you do.
In your life, right? Yeah. They say yes, you do. This is death, taxes, and something else. I don't know what the something else is, but taxes is guaranteed. You can believe that unless you get informed and you got what we share with you tonight. And that's just a fact.
Okay, now real quick, Mr. Pires, Mark, you went to the website real quick. Can you sum up in 1 minute why you wanted to go here? Because it is time for us to close out. So you brought up the IRS page. What benefit did you want us to see from it? So,
and they can go after this presentation, but publication 3 334, tax guide for small business. And I wanted to bring this up because I get so many people that are actually in a business, and on my page, I ask questions. I say, are you in, do you have a home-based business? They'll answer yes or no. And then they'll tell me what business they're in. And it always disturbs me because I'm like, whoa, this person has a business. They don't realize that they have a business. So I want to just give you this definition. Again, this is publication 334. You guys can go to irs.gov. Yes, don't be afraid. The IRS is your friend. Knowledge is power. www.irs.gov. But I want to read this. A trade or business is generally an activity to make a profit. Generally an activity to make a profit. The facts. See, the facts are the only thing that matters. And circumstances of each case determine whether or not an activity is a trade or business. You do not need to actually make a profit. This is the IRS. You do not need to actually make a profit to be in a trade or business as long as you have a profit motive. Now you do need to carry on regular and full. No, let me go back. You do need to make ongoing efforts. You guys are making efforts tonight to educate yourself about a home-based business to further the interests of your business. I love this part right here, and I'm going to end it right here because this is a drop the mic right here. Because people ask me all the time, well, what if I don't make any money? The IRS says, and I quote, you do not have to carry on regular full-time business activities to be self-employed. Having a part-time business in addition to your JOB.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to your JOB, job or business may be considered self-employment. An activity determines whether or not you are in a business, not an LLC, not a corporation, not a building.
Wow.
And so if you guys want to go take a look at publication 334, this is the tax guide for small home-based businesses and for individuals that filed a Schedule C. Schedule C is the key off the plantation of taxation for many people. Don't worry about incorporating. You'll know when it's time. You do not need a corporation to open up these Fortune 500 tax deductions. They're afforded to you right now.
So would you say, Mark, the key is, for one, keeping track of your records, period.
Absolutely.
On a weekly and monthly basis.
On a daily basis.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have documentation. If you have your documentation,
your receipts.
Yep, you're good as gold.
Watch this. It's too hard to go back. I have fun with this. You see this? Now all of these are logged in. Okay, all of these. Look, this is paid for every piece of gold I got, and I wanted to throw that out there. Okay, listen to this. Okay, we have got the most incredible opportunity because of our product. Every home-based business is a powerful thing to have, but we have got something in our hand that I don't think will ever exist again because of this product. Why? Because Pires International has, I don't know, hundreds of cars back there with money in the middle of it. And the only reason you need to be purchasing that is to advertise it and to share with other people why they need to go get it from Pires International. That makes it 100% tax deduction for you. And when you minus that deduction from here, you can't buy gold. You can't acquire gold cheaper than that unless you can find a gold mine and dig it out the ground. Don't worry. That'll hit you about 3 o'clock in the morning. Wait, whoa. All those cars back there that I don't have, yeah, before January 1st hit, you better make sure that you know how much of your money that you've left on the table because you didn't know what you didn't know. That's why this needs to be said before January the 1st. Do you know how much of your money is sitting in his pocket because you haven't acquired your tax deductible business expense?
That's right. Those beautiful specialty cards They've got
Oh,
some
yes.
gorgeous affiliate cards. Those are all marketing. All
Don't get caught up on the gold. Don't get caught up on the gold. To you, it's gold.
Tax write-off.
To the IRS, it's a business expense leading you down the road with the intent to make a profit.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Marketing
Pires. You know what? Only for you. We let you go just a little bit longer.
Did I go over? I'm sorry.
Yes, we did. But we knew you would.
Yes.
But we took copious notes. We did.
Yeah, we appreciate it. You drop some knowledge.
Yeah.
You let people know. See, bottom line, we're not playing at business, wealth builders. We are in business and we're business owners. So we are here not only to save our money in gold, but we're here to maximize our business tax advantages that we can. Thank you so much, Mr. Mark Pires.
Thank you guys for having me.
Can you close us out, Miss Maxine Jones?
Well, Mr. Mark Pires, we just want to thank you again. This is the knowledge that we needed to know and have and share it with our Can We Chat audience. So thank you. We will be back in January. We're going to take a little sabbatical. We're going to be back January 8th with 2 weeks. And we have a very special guest. We cannot drop that name, but we want to make sure that you're here. You do not want to miss the special guest that we're going to have on January 8th. So until we meet again, Can We Chat Here? We'll be back, and we just love to chat. So thank you so much, Facebook friends and family. Have a very good night.
Mr. Pires, before we go, one question. Are the business packages in Karatbars International, are they tax deductible, Mr. Pires?
Oh,
everything in your business is tax deductible. So I did want to mention, because here's what I know. And so let me, and we'll let you guys go. But I know a lot of people are going to inbox me on Facebook, and I want to make sure that they have the right path. Because look, outside of Karatbars, guys, I've been educating people. I run a organization where we educate families. We truly love educating everyone, but we can't. I don't really do a lot of that on social media. Everything is not meant for social media, and everybody's situation is not the same. So I did want to mention our website, which is www.theinformedside.com. We named that for a reason, because you got to get informed. You got to get out of your own way. You really do. Your business package, and for those of you that have been sitting on the fence and having a toe in the water, you're doing yourself a disadvantage. Your business package is your startup cost. And you can write off up to $5,000 in startup costs. So again, the key is, how much of your money right now sitting in the IRS pocket because you didn't know what you didn't know?
Wow.
Did you say $5,000?
Absolutely.
$5,000.
That's a VIP.
Well, go to my friends over at
www.irs.gov. Oh, come on.
Startup cost. Hey,
wow.
and those premium and premium pro packages are considered your startup costs. Those are considered advertisement costs. Y'all don't even want to get me started. Y'all been getting off of here.
We get them ramped up again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody, look, one thing we want you to take away from, if you haven't started a home-based business, start one now. You have less than 2 weeks to start your home-based business and get credit for it.
For the year.
If you are early filer like me, I'm already filed by the 15th of February. If you're an early filer, you're seeing those immediate results right away. If you haven't acquired enough marketing material, enough promotional products, log into Karatbars back office and get some products for your business. They're tax deductible. Mark just showed you. So thank you so much, Mr. Pires. It's been a pleasure. Everyone have a safe and happy holiday and happy New Year.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.